Thank you for the introduction, and hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gary Lane, a director of SiMINE, and I'm going to be presenting a case study on accelerated operational systems capability in the mining industry. If you look at a mine, it's really a complex system of interconnected activities, processes, technology, and people. And in fact, that system actually extends right back to the capital phase, the education and the skills development, even government legislation, and then into the actual operations with regards to operational planning and the execution thereof. And that whole thing and how that whole thing fits together is the system. So to effectively design and manage a system, we need operational systems capability to maximize that performance. And that's what I'm going to really talk about. So we've built a physical mining simulation. It physically represents the full mining value chain. We've now run this simulation, and it's really a learning lab, all around the world with executives, business improvement teams globally. And the results have always been the same every single time. And it really indicates that we have a very low level of systems thinking understanding in the mining industry, which is in fact limiting our operational performance. So we've built a purpose-built facility at the Mandela Mining Precinct in Melville. And this facility is really achieving three things in the industry. The first is to demonstrate to the mining industry what is systems thinking. We're calling it operational systems capability because there is a lot of academic definitions of systems thinking, just so we don't get into an academic debate. And it really creates the dissonance to say we do not, as the mining industry, understand how to manage a set of interconnected activities. The second thing is then to accelerate the development of those skills. And it's really accelerated development, accelerated change management. And the third thing is really a test bed for the mine of the future. We will have the full technology stack there with the physical mining simulation. We've even built a digital twin and have a control room there and let people come and experience what the mine of the future is like and use it as an accelerated program. If you think about it, if we need to manage a mine of the future, it's a digital, there'll be a lot of digital aspects to it. And how do we run a digital meeting, for example? And how do we run things that are live and distributed workforces? So here is a case study from one of the recent simulation programs that we run with one of the major mining houses. So SiMINE represents all the mining activities: drilling, blasting, loading, hauling, run of mine, processing, product delivery, and customer. We can have anything from 20 to even 50 delegates. Importantly, we are representing the full mining organization from the GM, middle management, with the operators as well. Everyone just gets a role. Importantly, this is not about technical skill. It's not about mining skill. We are teaching operational systems capability and what do you need in place to effectively run a mining system of interconnected activities. So delegates come in, they get a role, and they run a shift, which will be 20 minutes in this instance. And they run the game, and at the end of round one, we ask them how do you think they've done. They've obviously got to look at their own KPIs. And if you have a look, we've got a curve, we've got a chart here with a green line and a red line. The x-axis is operational systems capability, and on the y-axis, we've got performance. So that red curve actually represents SiMINE as it is currently installed. There are multiple curves, so if you had to spend capital to enhance that system, there'd be another curve, and there's obviously a future curve as well, which is really the transformed organization. The team believe they've done really well. They think they've done very well because they've all worked hard. The mining guys have loaded fast, the processing people. They don't know what the red curve looks like, as most mining organizations probably don't know what the red curve looks like unless they've got a proper digital twin. They only achieved 12 deliveries of product to the customer out of this game, which you can see is right at the bottom of that curve. They don't understand the system. They don't know how to even effectively manage it. So we tell them they've done very, very badly. And can they fix it? And they're engineers, they're business improvement practitioners, they are mining executives, they're MBAs. They all believe they can fix it. It's all smart people. So we go away and generate a whole bunch of initiatives. Now, it's really initiative overload, whether it's innovation projects or initiatives or continuous improvement or digital projects. There's a lot of stuff they want to do that takes a lot of capital and a lot of operating costs. And we allow them to present back their business case for wanting to do it. And everybody wants to spend a lot of money. So we allow them to implement all of that stuff because they're going to show a significant improvement. They then implement it. They do round 2, comes with all the change management stuff and everything that they have to implement. And they run round 2 and they do 20 units of production or 20 units to the customer. And so they have improved, but if you actually look at it, they've destroyed value because of all the capital they've spent to achieve just a small improvement. Obviously, they did improve because they just spent money across the whole value chain, and in some areas they had enhanced the throughput of the system. Never once did they actually ask you, what is the system need to do in terms of break even from a fixed cost perspective? And this is really the dissonance we create, because at that point we tell them, did you know this system can actually achieve 66 units of production, which is at top of the red curve, without a cent of capital? And every team goes, there's no way, it's impossible. I mean, they've worked really hard. Everyone's been running around. They've done 20 after spending a lot of capital, but yet they can do almost 6 times the throughput from round 1. And that's the dissonance that we need. And we've got a whole bunch of programs that we then take them through. This particular one is business improvement practitioners that are learning the full tool set around operational systems capability. And it's really pulling the best things from all the work that's been done over the last 30 years, from Deming, Lean, all those different methods. They are great tool sets that need to be applied in a systematic approach to maximize a mining operations performance. Things like value stream mapping, understanding flow, what impacts flow and how variability impacts flow, system constraints, root causes analysis, how to analyze data effectively, how to build a digital twin. Without a digital twin, you won't know what that red curve looks like, and you won't even be able to create what the future curves would potentially look like as well. Management levers, the effective levels of work and management routines and KPIs. So we go through the program. And at the end of the program, we give them an opportunity to now apply everything they've learned in a structured way with the proper meetings, though it's in a real organization with proper chairing of meetings and proper brainstorming sessions. And they would do anything from 58 to, say, 66 without a cent of capital. And that really demonstrates for them the potential. Now, importantly, having a whole lot of BI or business improvement people or asset optimization or whatever it might be called in any organization, going back into an operation will not improve value, because you've got just a few people with the right understanding, but now you've got the dynamics of the system. Egos come into play. The person with the Koki pen has the loudest voice. And you'll find that you'll generally end up with a lot of noise, a lot of process. So we're trying to build overall organizational operational systems capability. So if you have a look at that, what you're really saying is the overall organization needs to build all of those skills. We've built a framework right from having to understand your system, having the right work and management routines, the right KPIs for the right level of work, and then the whole information architecture that supplies the right data for the right decisions. Now, importantly, this is irrespective of the mining method, whether it's autonomous, whether there's mechanization, or whether it's even just conventional mining. In fact, as we're finding, is this is relevant to any industry. It's not just mining, because you want to effectively manage a system of interconnected activities. So we want to take the organization through this whole journey, and we really see it as almost the next generation of consulting. We're building internal capability because it's about people. The technology, scary enough as it is actually the easy part. The change management of the people and developing their skills to build an agile organization of the future is actually the challenging thing. So that organization, as they're developing their operational systems capability skills, are then able to incrementally add value up that red curve and into some transformed business model, operating model in the future by selecting the right projects at the right time that add value. And it's not just about a whole host of continuous improvement projects. If you really look at it and you apply proper systems thinking, there's only one thing to do at a time that will incrementally add value up that curve. And it's actually not that complicated. We're dealing with a lot of noise at the moment, a lot of hype, a lot of projects, a lot of digital hype. So it's important to build that operational systems capability. So thank you very much for listening to this case study. You're more than welcome to come and visit us at the Mandela Mining Precinct, or give us a call, or mail us. We also do have a knowledge sharing and collaboration portal called MineShare, which is sharing a lot of the information around Mine of the Future and some of our presentations. You can find it on www.mineforfuture.co. Thank you very much.